the strongest army in the world, marched into Athens in 480 BC. There was no one in the city. Everyone in Athens had already left. They put their families on boats and watched their own city burn from the water, on purpose, by choice. That's either brilliant or crazy. It turned out to be brilliant, but for a few days, it really did look like madness. Every week, IAncient sends you new ancient worlds. In 480 BC, Athens had about 100,000 people. It's not the marble paradise you think it is. The Athenians themselves came up with that version of Athens later. In 480 BC, the city is very loud, crowded, and unfinished, and everyone has an opinion. The streets are small, the houses are made of mud bricks, the drainage is working as best as it can. The agora is a rectangle of packed earth that is surrounded by buildings that are being built in different stages. From dawn to dusk, merchants, politicians, and philosophers fill it. The Acropolis is on a hill above the city, a flat-topped rock that is 150 meters high and has temples on it, can only be reached by a winding path. The most important building up there is the old Temple of Athena, her home. There is the holy olive tree that Athena planted when she won the city. The temple has been there for many years. It won't last the week. No one who walked by it this morning knows that yet. Xerxes I, the son of Darius the Great, is in charge of the Persian army that is crossing into Greece, the biggest army ever put together in the ancient world. Old records say there were 5 million soldiers. Not possible. Historians today say between 100,000 and 300,000. If things go wrong, either number is enough to end Greece. The supply train goes on for days behind the main force. Bakers, brewers, doctors, translators, and engineers. The Persian army moves like a city that has decided to go for a walk. Xerxes is here because his father lost a battle at Marathon 10 years ago. There needs to be an answer for that loss. He is bringing enough men to make sure it gets one. The Greeks made the Persian Empire look bad. Xerxes crossed a whole continent to make sure it never happens again. When the Persians invade Greece, the city-states rush to respond. The Spartans say they will fight at last, after a lot of talking. The Athenians ask the oracle at Delphi for advice. The oracle says that the wooden walls will keep them safe. This instantly starts a fight over what wooden walls means. Some people in Athens say it means the Acropolis's wooden fence. They tell everyone to go up there and hide. This is the argument that loses. A general named Themistocles says it means the navy. Athens just finished building 200 warships. The ships are the walls made of wood. He puts it to a vote. Athens is a free country. People vote on everything, even whether to hide on a rock or sail away on boats. Themistocles wins. The boats are the winners. The choice that follows is one of the most amazing things that any city has ever done. Athens is leaving. Totally. Everyone. They tell other city-states that they need to take in the refugees. Trojan takes in women and children and feeds them with public money. The men who are old enough to fight join the fleet. In a few days, Athens will be empty. 100,000 people are gone. Open doors, streets were empty. When the Persians get there, the city is open and empty. There was no one left to fight, not even someone to give up. Not everyone goes away. A few Athenians think the oracle was talking about the wooden fence. They go to the Acropolis and block the doors. The Persians get to the bottom of the hill. They look up at the wooden wall. They look at one another. After that, they set it on fire. The barricade catches fire quickly. The people defending the house throw roof tiles at the people attacking it. There is proof in history that this happened. The Persians don't stop at the roof tiles. The Acropolis is taken by the Persians. The people who were defending are killed. People steal from the temples. After that, the temples are set on fire. The old Athena temple The buildings of the treasury, the smaller shrines, offerings built up over the years, the holy olive tree, it's all gone. The Athenian fleet sees the smoke rising from their hill from the water. The city they left 3 days ago is burning. The next day, someone goes to see how bad it is. The temple is in ruins. The olive tree is a stump that has been burned, but there is already a new shoot growing at the bottom of the stump. Athena's tree is coming back the day after the fire. The Athenians see this as a sign. They are from Athens. They see it as a sign, of course. The Battle of Salamis starts 3 days after the Acropolis burns down. Themistocles has been planning this spot for months. The strait that separates Salamis Island from the mainland is about 1 kilometer wide. The Persian fleet wins in open water. Their numbers become a problem inside that strait. There are between 600 and 1,200 ships in the Persian fleet. The Greeks have about 370. Before the battle starts, Themistocles needs the Persians to be in that strait. He sends Xerxes a secret note. It says that the Greek fleet is about to get away and that Xerxes should send his navy into the strait right away to catch them. The message is a total lie. Themistocles wrote it. Xerxes thinks so. At night, the Persian fleet sails into the strait. By morning, they are crammed into a space that is too small to use well. The Greek triremes are rested and ready to go. Xerxes sits on a throne on a hill above the water and watches the whole battle. He had front row seats to his own loss. His writers are there to write down everything. Persia has lost between 200 and 300 ships by the end of the day. The Greeks lose about 40. The next morning, Xerxes goes back to Persia. He leaves Mardonius, his general, in Greece with an army. The next year, that army loses at Plataea. The Persian campaign in Greece is over. The Athenians come home to find that their city has been methodically torn apart. The Persians carefully went through each district. Most of the mud brick houses stayed standing. Mud bricks don't burn as well as wood, but the Acropolis is in ruins. The temples are ashes. The people of Athens choose not to rebuild the temples right away. They leave the ruins on the hill above the city, where they can be seen. Everyone in Athens who lived through the evacuation, as well as every child born after it, walks up to the Acropolis and sees the burned stone. This goes on for 30 years. After that, Pericles takes over. Athens is at the height of its power right now. It gets tribute from the Delian League, which it has quietly turned into an empire. Pericles uses the money to fix up the Acropolis. No restoration, start over and rebuild. More marble, bigger, more accurate, and longer lasting. The Parthenon was built between 447 and 432 BC. The columns are a little bent in, the floor goes up a little bit. Every change fixes an optical illusion. The statue of Athena inside is 12 meters tall and made of gold and ivory. Pericles officially counts it as a city financial reserve because it has enough precious metal in it. Athens builds a monument to remember how it survived, and then uses the monument as a bank. This is so Athenian that it almost impresses me. For the last 50 years, Western civilization has been looking back at the time after Salamis. It starts here. This city, this generation. Sophocles starts writing plays. Aeschylus is already at work. Euripides is a kid. The theater will never be the same after these three. In 470 BC, Socrates was born. He lives in Athens his whole life, never writes anything down, and becomes one of the most important thinkers in history. Plato, his student, writes down everything. Aristotle, a student of Plato, teaches Alexander the Great. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and Alexander are all linked. It begins here. The same democracy that built the Parthenon and debated philosophy in the Agora is the same one that sent 100,000 people away and put its faith in one general's plan. This is not a perfect democracy. Women are not allowed to vote. Slaves don't have any rights. People from other countries can't become citizens. Athens has strict rules about who is an Athenian. But the idea that people should be able to run their own lives, that everyone should follow the law, and that public decisions should be made after public debate all come from here. The Acropolis was set on fire by the Persians. The Athenians rebuilt it and called the time period after themselves, being arrogant or sure of yourself. In Athens, that's the same word. A final look at the city before it clears out. The day of the evacuation, before the boats came, before the smoke, before things change, the agora at dawn, setting up their stalls for bread sellers. A man is still arguing about the fleet vote from last year, even though he's packing. 5 kilometers away, the smell of the sea comes in from Piraeus, wood smoke and salt. The smell of a normal morning that isn't normal at all. Priests making morning offerings on the Acropolis. The holy fire is burning. The olive tree is still there. Everything is in its right place. Potters were already working in the Kerameikos workshops. Figures in red on black backgrounds. Everyday work on a day that isn't every day. A boy holding a jar of water. A woman working at a loom. A philosopher talking to anyone who wants to listen in the shade of a colonnade. Today, no one is listening. People on these streets know the Persians are on their way. They know how to vote. They know they're going. They don't know if they will come back. For 30 years, the ruins of the Acropolis could be seen. Every Athenian who made it through the evacuation walked up that hill and saw the burned stone. Pericles used the burned column drums from the old temples to build the new north wall on purpose, so you could always see what had happened. Today they are still there. The burned drums are still in the wall, just like the Athenians put them there 2,500 years ago. The city that was on fire, the wall that keeps it in mind, the olive tree that grew back the next day after the fire. There are some things you can't burn. This has been IAncient. Every week, new ancient worlds. If you sign up, we'll see you at the next one.